So we're here at Fan Expo in Edmonton. Let's jump in here, see if we can find anything we're looking for. So we're gonna see if we can find anything here for video games. I don't know how much we're gonna find. This is a fan expo, so it's like everything fan related. We're in Artist Alley right now. I do see some video game stuff here, so we'll take a look, see what we can find right here. So we're at, this is one sword booth so far. We'll see what we can find today. So like Fan Expo has everything. It's not just video games like your typical video game convention. We got sword booths, clothes, Artist Alley, all sorts of awesome things. A lot of cosplay happens here too. So we'll see if we can find anything of that that's kind of cool. Maybe Nintendo related. Right here, come to me. Come over here. Number 2 of like real swords. This is cool. Like that VHS form, that VHS case. Shredder's Revenge, that's an awesome game too. Brings you back to those original Turtles the Arcade, Manhattan Project, Turtles in Time. So, come with me again. 3, third booth in this convention, in this hall, you can buy a real sword. I don't know, I kind of feel like Fan Expo's here in Alberta at least. Maybe, I know they're not like a video game convention, not a Comic-Con, but I kind of feel like maybe they've lost their identity a little bit. Number 4, booth 4, I can buy a real metal sword at this convention. I found 3 video game booths. Now, I came to this convention actually looking for some games. I was looking for some Wii games for my nephew. He'd reached out and he was looking for the Mario Galaxy games, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on the Wii. And like I said, there was only 3 booths here that even had video games. There was a handful of comic book booths, but a lot of this seemed to be people selling whatever they were making at home. There's also a really large Lego space where they've got kind of Lego displayed. eBay has a booth here, which seems kind of weird to me. And the convention gives me more like flea market vibes at this point than anything else. They do a lot of celebrity guests that draws in a crowd. I guess that's where they're picking up that Fan Expo name they've used. But being at some of the smaller collector shows nowadays that I've been to, I'm hearing from a lot of the small vendors, those toy vendors, those video game vendors, that they can't afford the prices that these guys are charging nowadays for their booths, which does explain why I'm not seeing some of those older vendors that used to be here. And as someone that used to go to these when they were the comic and entertainment expos, someone that used to collect toys at places like this, when Fan Expo kind of took these over, when they bought all these conventions out, they really changed the feel and vibe of it. And it seems like they're pushing out a lot of those vendors that were really guys that were here from the very start. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some amazing artists doing some amazing things. I'm friends with some of these artists, and I think it's great they have a venue to sell that stuff. And I like that they have the artist alley. I like that idea, that there's a space for these people to come and sell these things. But you're gonna be blown away with how many sword booths I find at this convention by the end of the video. I guess I just think that Fan Expo needs to vet their vendors a little bit better. And honestly, at this point, my personal opinion, and this comes from talking to other people and getting some input, I really think that Fan Expo here in Alberta anyways is all about selling these tables to the highest bidder. And I just think for the attendees, for the fans that are going to these things, it's really hurting that experience. I just don't know what this is. And honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna go back to these ones.
With that, this is booth 5. I could buy a metal sword at this convention. I say it like a joke, but I'm serious. So we're at six booths I could buy a metal sword at. This is number 7 I could buy a metal sword at Fan Expo in Edmonton. I'm gonna count it. I'm gonna count this one because there's definitely swords in this one too. 8. We're at 8 booths I could buy a metal sword at. I don't know what Ron's found over here, but he's playing with tentacles. Or he currently has a tentacle on his finger. He can't see it, but the sound is going up and down because I'm talking while he's filming this. There's like a whole bunch of voiceover from you playing with your tentacles over here. I was like over there talking while you were filming. This is a really cool booth right here. Look at all these. These are super cool up here. This booth's always cool. I really like what they've done with their labeling for all of their comics, so you can really find it really easily. So I have Shatterhand in here. We got her for $100. That's an awesome game. If you haven't checked out Shatterhand, that's a really cool one. I don't see any other ones in here that I need. I think maybe Starship Hector. Everything else I have for Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games. They've got a couple bangers in there for sure. Chrono Trigger. But I don't know if we're gonna go Super Nintendo today. Probably not so much. 9. We're at 9 booths that I could buy a metal sword at Fan Expo. So what are my thoughts of Fan Expo here in Edmonton? I just don't think they know what they are anymore. We found 9 booths with a sword. I could buy a metal sword, 9 different booths. Every row had somewhere I could buy a metal sword at. I just don't know if I could have bought beef jerky at one point. I don't know if they know what they are.